Everybody wants success, but they want to avoid the work. Everybody wants the outcome, but they're avoiding the reps. And I'm here to remind you today that that same process that you're avoiding is actually the process that you need to go through in order to become that man or woman that you need to become to live your desired dream life. One thing that really bothers me nowadays is, especially with social media and all of these things that we're exposed to day to day, there's this illusion of ease. There's an illusion that it's so easy to do things, especially with all these get rich quick schemes and making money online tactics like, oh yeah, you can do this from a click of a button. And while some of those things might be true, understanding that everything is a process, everything requires work, and you can't avoid the work. I was just talking about this on one of my recent TikTok videos because it really just came to my mind that a lot of people think, for example, they can become a content creator, but they think that they can carry those same habits that they have at their job in when they become a content creator. See, a lot of people that they'll have goals like, okay, I want to quit my job to become a content creator. And when you ask them why they want to quit their job, it's because they're tired of working. But when you look at their work ethic and the things that they get done at work and the amount of time that they put into it, it's the process that they're avoiding overall, the process of doing work, the process of being productive. And a lot of these things are going to translate and bleed over into your same desires. A lot of people argue that, well, it's not my business that I work for. It's a job. I don't care about it, right? But understanding that if that's your main stream of income at the moment, if that's your bread and butter, if that's all you do and you're not even giving your all at that, what makes you think you're going to give your all at something that isn't mandatory at the moment? See, a business is something that we start once upon a time, maybe while we're working a job or with the expected outcome that this business is going to replace our job, but it's not necessarily essential. Business just all is usually just a solution to a problem. And once you figure that out and you start putting two and two together, you start to realize that it's really not easy. Nothing good is built on ease. Anything that comes quick can go away quick just as fast. And understanding that once you start implementing that into your life and the things that you chase and you desire, you'll start to realize that you don't want the goal right away. You don't want the outcome right away because you need to go through that process in order to really reap the benefits of what's going to happen. See, understanding that the material things, that car, the jewelry, the clothes, the trips, whatever it is that you desire, that is not what you need to be desiring. That's not your goal. It's the person that you have to become to achieve those things. And a lot of you are avoiding the becoming part. A lot of you are trying to remain the same person you are when you're broke, but you want the outcomes as if you're rich, and understanding that it just simply does not work like that. You can watch as many of these motivational videos as you want. You can hear things and say that they're cliche as much as you want, but understanding that you cannot stay the same and have the same habits and expect a different outcome. I don't understand why people think that way. And oftentimes the work that you're avoiding is really the best part of succeeding. See, I used to look at success as material things, cars, jewelry, an amount of money in my bank account, but understanding that the real beauty in these things, these expensive things, these hard to achieve things by the society, is that the reason why they're so hard, the reason why they're so expensive, and the reason why you only see certain amounts of people getting them is because those people did something mentally, internally, and spiritually to change the person that they are. And once they change the person that they are, now they were able to achieve these things. It's quite literally that simple. But see, a lot of people don't like change. A lot of people are scared of change. It's uncomfortable. They're scared of failure. They're scared of the person that they're going to have to look at in the mirror if they don't succeed right away. And understanding that failure is what builds you and what builds character. You guys avoid failure and you're so scared of it, but failing is what's teaching you exactly what not to do. And I feel like if we could start changing our perspective on that type of thing, it'll make it a lot easier for us to take risks and when we fall to get right back up. A lot of people, they're scared to fail because they know that when they fall, they don't get back up. They know that when they fail, they go into depression or they get anxious or they source right to scarcity and they don't do any real planning or thinking of how can I shake back from this. It's just, okay, how can I make myself better in this current situation and not long term. And understanding that once you become more comfortable with failure, once you become more comfortable with risk taking, once you become more comfortable with actually doing the work and going through the process and you're not so focused on the result, that's the sooner the result will come. See, when you glorify things and you chase them, the same thing I tell y'all about chasing a bag. A lot of people don't understand that concept, but it's quite literally simple. Think about it as a woman, right? Whether you're a woman or you're a man, you can relate to this. A man that constantly chases around women all day, if he keeps, say he likes this girl and he keeps sliding up hard eyes on her story and she's not replying. Every single time she posts, he's sliding up a fire emoji and he's texting her like, yo, why you not texting me back? What's going on? I miss you. I love you. that is what y'all do with y'all goals, and that's what y'all do with money. And you don't realize it because it's not a person. It doesn't have reactions. You can't see when it's ignoring you like you can when a person does. But quite literally, it's the law of attraction, and things work the same. You ever notice that usually that girl that guy is chasing and he's blowing up her phone, there's a guy that she would rather spend her time with, and he's not focused on her, and she's essentially chasing him and asking him why he's not replying and what he's doing and where he's at. It's a law of attraction. See, a lot of things, the things that we want, if we overly glorify them and we put it into existence, that it's almost unreachable or it's very, very hard to reach, that's forever going to be the reality. And once you start to realize that a lot of these things are actually in your control and in your peripheral, and you actually can reach and grab these things if you make certain changes, then you'll start to realize, okay, all I have to do is make the change. All I have to do is go through it. See, it might not be all sunshines and rainbows. It might not be about the outcome right away. You might have to go through some lessons and get taught by God and humbled by God and understand that you have to grow spiritually and become more dependent on Him to unlock these certain levels of life. But the sooner that you do that, the sooner you will start living in purpose, and the sooner you'll start unlocking abundance. And understanding that every season has purpose. Not all seasons are good seasons. Not all seasons are seasons of abundance. Sometimes you have to go through a season of loss. Sometimes you have to go through a season of poverty. Sometimes you have to go through a season of being down and anxious and stressed out and sad. And we get these seasons of abundance and seasons of blessings, and we glorify them and we thank God and we're happy and we're pushing out good energy and we're going through this, but we're not reacting the same way when we're going through these dark seasons. And understanding that you trying to avoid these dark seasons or find shortcuts through them is only going to make you fall back on your ass again down the line. And I had to do that time and time again to realize sometimes God will allow you to take shortcuts just so you can miss your own blessings. He's giving you a choice. Sometimes the enemy puts shortcuts in your path so that way you can't even get the blessings or live in the purpose that God is trying to give you. And understanding that just because things look shiny or just because things look quick doesn't mean that that's the best thing long term. Anybody that's watching this video today, whether you follow me already or this is the first time you see me, you want to get better. That's the whole reason why you would click on a video like this. That's the whole reason why you would be subscribed to me. You want to get better, and understanding that if we want better, we need to focus on long term. We need to focus on longevity. Not everything is about a quick bag. Everything quick goes away. Fast money dies fast. Like, you guys have to understand, I don't care how long you see other people get into it or how you see it working out for other people. Some of those people are living like that because they're living for the enemy, and the enemy is continuing to give them what they want, because as long as the enemy gives them what they want, even if it's abundance, that's going to keep them off of the track that God has set for them. So understanding that a lot of us are self-sabotaging, blocking our own blessings, and just simply avoiding work. Understanding that everything takes work. If you want to be a content creator, you have to post every day. You have to post 3 times a day, 5 times a day. You have to do market research. You can no longer just scroll on social media for the fun of it. You got to scroll on social media for research purposes to figure out how can you continue to go viral. How can you continue to get outreach? You have to maximize off of all platforms. You have to get on podcasts. You have to collaborate. Like, it seems so easy because it's not sweating in a factory, or it's not, getting your elbows dirty while you're working, but understanding that it still is work. And if you can't fulfill that role in whatever position that you have now and whatever blessing that God gave you now, you're definitely not going to do it when you get the position that you want. I'm telling you right now, because the whole reason why you're not doing it now is because you're comfortable. You're at some point comfortable. You're comfortable with the pay. You're comfortable with the consistency. You're comfortable with the security. You're comfortable with the position. And understanding that that same comfortability is what's going to hold you back when you really get to live the lifestyle that you want to live. See, oftentimes God will bless you with these things. He'll let you get them even too early. But understanding that if you haven't went through those trials and tribulations to get yourself right spiritually, mentally, all of that, they're going to go away just as quick as you got them, maybe even quicker. So I hope I reach somebody today. I hope that you guys are actually taking this and implementing it into life, because I'm not on here to make money or to yap for views or anything like that. I'm here to take every single thing that I learned in life and continue to learn and pick up things along the way and just pass them down to you guys. Like, I just want us all to grow. I want us all to get better. And if I can stop even one person from making mistakes that I've made in the past, or making mistakes that I continue to see people make every day, I know that I am living in my purpose. That is what simply makes me happy. I run multiple 6-7 figure businesses, and it's a blessing, but nothing that I do feels as good as this. Nothing that I do feels as good as sitting down and living in this purpose, because I'm understanding that I'm touching and reaching so many people. So now that I found this purpose and I'm more focused on the outcome, I do believe that down the line, God will bless me. I will be abundant. I will be a known creator on YouTube. I will start being able to monetize from this to the point where my businesses are just extra money. And it's not because I'm focused on that end goal. It's because I'm focused on the process and I'm willing to do everything that goes with it. I'm willing to post when nobody's watching or liking. I'm willing to continue to post when the views are fluctuating and going down. And I just really simply don't care because that one comment, that one DM that I'm getting like, yo, bro, this helped me. It kept me going. Thank you so much. I know that what I'm doing for that person's life is more valuable than any material thing that I can get. So I hope I reach somebody today. Y'all stay blessed.